Done, Lena Dunn. I'm doing some stand-up.
Hi, everybody. So since it's our Valentine's Day show, I want to talk about the worst first and last date I have ever been on. I met this guy at a work event. He was actually there volunteering with the kids, which was super cute. And he was really bubbly and fun. I had just gotten out of a really long and terrible relationship, so I thought that this would be a great opportunity to get back out there. I knew he was really into me because he drove into New York City to see me. And driving into New York City is expensive. He dropped the equivalent of 3 subway footlongs to come and meet me. That's 36 inches of food just to buy me dinner. Okay, 3 meals to buy 1 meal. I felt very special. He told me we were going to go to his favorite pizza place. And I was super stoked because I love pizza and New York has the best pizza. So I was a little taken aback when we walked into Penn Station. Penn Station is known for being a hub for trains and smelling like urine, not for pizza. I was expecting to go to like a hole in the wall, but instead we got a hole in the ground. You know, like in food courts and malls where they have that pre-sliced pizza that they reheat in the oven? Yeah, that's where we were. Now I'm fine with that. It's just not what I would have picked for a first date, let alone called my favorite pizza spot in New York City. He paid for our slices. Well, my slice. I was a bit turned off to eating due to the ambiance of the place being in what is technically a human-sized ant farm. Our seating was at plastic bench tables. Think like McDonald's, but less clean. To my 3 o'clock was the guy who was either coming up or going down from a really good high. My 6 was being covered by a lovely group of gentlemen who were chugging from brown bags, they clearly had been doing this for a while at that point. And then over my date's shoulder, I had the picturesque view of the underground fauna, also known as a giant water bug. For those of you who aren't from New York, that means a 4-inch cockroach was darting all over the place. It was the cleanest thing there. Might have been the janitor. I know that, you know all the things that you're not supposed to talk about on a first date? Yeah, that was all that was discussed. We hit every no-no. Within the first 5 minutes, I was quizzed about my past relationships. What was my ex like? Why did it end? What went wrong? We moved from that to him telling me about his last girlfriend, who he thought he was going to marry. Not exactly what you want to hear on a first date. Oh, and then we talked about Jesus. What were my thoughts on Jesus? Had I accepted him into my heart? How familiar was I with the Bible? I had to explain my relationship with religion, which did not align with his. This clearly concerned him but given some of the things he did with his ex, I don't think he was as committed to Catholicism as he thought he was. This minefield then transferred into discussing children. Honestly, not sure which was worse, talking about my childhood or explaining I didn't want to be responsible for anyone else's. I could tell by the variety of facial expressions that he was troubled by our lack of consensus on every core value we possessed. However, I was more concerned with my neighboring drug addict, who was broadcasting my internal dialogue by screaming and laughing interchangeably. Luckily, one of my friends was crashing at my place, so I literally had to leave. We did that like awkward hug at the end where you kind of go in from the side, but you have like your butt out so that you don't actually touch the other person. You know, you're staying as far away from each other as possible. So given that, I thought we both knew this was not going to be a match, but I was wrong. The next weekend, he actually texted me, Tell your dad Happy Father's Day from me. I am terrible at telling people how I feel. Case in point, I sat through an entire date that was terrible from start to finish, but that was a real easy no. So for all of you people out there who are going out on dates, my advice is to keep them above ground because everything tastes way better this side of the soil. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.